High above the valleys of Peru stands a city built in one of the most unlikely places on Earth. There were easier places to build, safer places to live, and richer valleys far below. And the reason the Inca chose this exact ridge may be hidden in the mountain itself. From above, the problem becomes obvious. Machu Picchu sits on a narrow ridge surrounded by enormous mountains and deep valleys. Even reaching this place was difficult. Narrow mountain trails crossed steep cliffs high above the valleys below. Food, tools, and supplies had to climb with them. Almost everything needed here demanded additional human effort. Every load followed routes like these, along exposed ridges where transport was slow, difficult, and dangerous. The terraces were built directly into slopes that fall sharply toward the valleys thousands of feet below. From surrounding mountains, the city could almost disappear, concealed by ridges, forests, and constantly moving clouds. There was no simple approach. The landscape itself forced every traveler through narrow ridges and difficult mountain passages. So why choose such an unforgiving place? The first part of the answer lies beneath the city itself. The closer you look, the stranger the engineering becomes. Massive stones were fitted together with extraordinary precision. Some blocks weighed many tons, yet the Inca moved them across steep terrain without modern machines or wheeled transport. These walls were designed to endure movement, using fitted stones and inward-leaning forms that performed remarkably well during earthquakes. But the terraces did more than create flat land. They stabilized the slopes and helped protect the city from erosion. Fresh water was captured from mountain springs and carried through carefully engineered channels across the settlement. In a region of heavy rainfall, drainage was essential. Water had to leave the city as carefully as it entered. Buildings, stairs, and pathways were arranged around the mountain itself, turning difficult terrain into part of the design. Some important structures were also connected with the movement of the sun, linking engineering with ritual and astronomy. This was no accidental settlement. But engineering alone still cannot explain why the Inca chose this exact mountain. To the Inca, mountains were sacred beings, and the rising sun was part of a deeply spiritual landscape. Machu Picchu is often linked to Pachacuti, the ruler who transformed the Inca into a vast empire. Some sacred structures were aligned with the sun, turning the mountain itself into part of ritual life. If this was a sacred place, reaching it may have been part of the experience itself. Ritual spaces were designed to control light, views, and movement, turning architecture into part of belief. The sky also mattered. Stars, seasons, and celestial cycles shaped Inca ritual and agricultural life. Water was not only practical. In Andean belief, springs and flowing water could also carry sacred meaning. Machu Picchu may have served a small elite community where politics, religion, and ceremony were closely connected. Yet sacred mountains and royal power still do not fully explain why this exact ridge was chosen. For generations, people searched for one reason Machu Picchu was built here. But that may be the wrong question. The ridge offered something rare: extreme separation from the valleys below, without completely cutting the sight off from them. From here, the Inca could remain above the world below, while still connected to the valleys that sustained their empire. Evidence suggests Machu Picchu was closely associated with Pachacuti and may have functioned as a royal estate. Forget the ruins for a moment. This was once a living estate filled with residents, attendants, animals, and daily activity. Within generations, the people were gone. The buildings remained while vegetation and silence slowly returned to the mountain. Machu Picchu was not built here despite the mountain. The mountain offered isolation, prestige, resources, and sacred meaning, all in one extraordinary place. If you enjoyed this journey, subscribe and follow us for more incredible stories from history. See you in the next one.